All right, everyone. So here's what we got update for you. We've got a lot of state numbers updated that are more in line with what we've been trying to tell you, particularly on the state rep and the Texas Senate 11 races. Also, all of the election day numbers are in for Galveston County. What's outstanding are the mail-in ballots, and I just got this note from Dwight Sullivan, the county clerk. So there's a total of 3,147 mail-in ballots to be counted. That's going to be the last thing they do. Now, if something was postmarked today, it still comes in tomorrow. That'll add to the total. And there's about 115 provisional ballots. Now, provisional ballots are what they say. Folks come in, they swear they're eligible to vote, and they get there. There's some discrepancy. They're allowed to vote, and then the discrepancy is worked out. A lot of times that's ID related, or they've just moved, or the like from that. But there's only 115 total in the primaries, and of the mail-in ballots, there's 3,147 total. Right now, we have a breakdown how many Republican, how many Democrat in there. So at this point, unless let's just give some a safe assumption here that in Galveston County there's 3,147 votes are going to go one way. It's really not going to have a huge difference on any of the elections, but we'll still go over those. Let's go ahead and give you a breakdown on the races. We're going to start. These are state numbers. Finally, we got the district totals from the state, and these are more in line with what we've been looking at. Mays Middleton with 25,384 votes. He is still above the 50% threshold here. Bob Mitchell at 5,770 votes. Dr. Robin Armstrong, 5,856 votes. And then Bianca Gracia at 9,915 votes. Gracia running a pretty good campaign here and getting second place in the votes here. But as I said, with Middleton here at that 25,384 votes with Middleton there on State Senate 11, that comes right at 54.22% of the vote. There is highly doubtful there'll be enough votes sitting out there on mail-in ballots to change that around. And they just gave an update on the state, and the numbers have not changed on that race there at all. It's still at 25,384 for Middleton at 54% of the vote. So Mays Middleton on his way to be elected to the state Senate. Again, no Democrat in the race, but the winner of this primary goes on to win that. All right, let's district totals now for state rep District 23. First time we've been able to get these numbers in now. And what it's looking like is Patrick Gurski and Terry Leo Wilson headed to a runoff. They're the top vote getters right now at 3,638 votes in for Gurski. Terry Leo Wilson at 3,673 votes there. So Wilson with the most number of votes in that race right now, but it's between Terry Leo Wilson and Patrick Gurski now headed to the runoff there. Abel Longoria only mustered 2,300 votes compared to Gina Smith's 1,967 votes. Here, not enough difference to make in the race, even if every single mail-in ballot was Republican and all went for Hank Doogie. No way. Went for Kevin Walsh. No way Kevin Walsh wakes up. So Hank Doogie is going to be the next Galveston County treasurer, again, running on the campaign that he would fight to eliminate the office there. That's going to have to take some work by the legislature, but he thinks it can get done. And in the meanwhile, he says he's going to go ahead and when he takes office, shift things around. We hope to have him on here with us shortly. Texas Democratic primary, the only race that contested there is going to be Michael Williams and Eugene Howard. It is still tight. Eugene Howard, the Brazoria County NAACP president, 6,233 votes to Michael Williams, 6,053. The winner of that is going to face Randy Weber. Weber, as we said earlier tonight, dominating there with more than 15,000 votes. He will win that primary easily, and more than likely is the heavy favorite to win the overall race come November. As we said earlier tonight, Carrie Foley, the winner in Galveston County Court number 2. She's reelected. Judge Carrie Foley back in just a dominant night for her. She was the first race we called tonight. That one was the easy one to call there. Ken Clark on his way to re-election as the Precinct 4 County Commissioner. There, Ken Clark, 4,501 votes to Matt Robinson's 2,173. Again, the only thing that hasn't been counted yet are mail-in and provisionals. Not enough in there to make a difference on that race. Here's one that we'll see what the mail-ins are, because the west part of the county is pretty good about mail-in voting, and this one's still tight. Mike Nelson, 4,427 votes to Blake Apfel's 4,792. If that holds, Nelson will be defeated, and Apfel will take over as JP in Precinct 2. That's the West County down to Galveston Island there. And as again, only in that because the West County votes real heavy in mail-in votes compared to the rest, particularly the Republican Party. We're going to see how that goes. The other race we had called tonight, Pat McGinnis, the winner is the GOP chair. He'll be reelected there, dominating Norman Papoose here tonight. Jeff Jones winning the nomination and winning the office for District Court Judge, 122nd District Court, 16,589 votes. Timothy Clark's 9,042. So Jeff Jones will be the next judge. He'll replace retiring Judge John Ellisor in that race. Again, here are some numbers on the Texas State Board of Education. We had a lot of interest in this one locally. Julie Pickren, 45,422, leading the way. But take a look at that percentage. That's the only reason I put this in. 51.69%. We're going to have to see if that percentage holds. If it does, she wins without a runoff. If it doesn't, if it drops below 50%, all she needs is 50% plus one vote, and then avoids a runoff. But if it doesn't, percentage points is closer enough to go below. Michael Barton would be second place there and would be in the runoff at 27,570 votes. Danny Sermon, another local candidate, 12,180 there. But again, the only reason we're really kind of focusing on that is Julie Pickren is close to winning this without a runoff, but we're going to wait. And we just got an update from the state. Let me see if it's changed any on that percentage. And by the way, it has. So I'm not going to have these on screen for you, but Julie Pickren still is at 51,833 votes. So she's gained a lot more votes. And then Michael Barton is at 31,642 votes there. But Pickren's percentage went down from 51.69% to 51.38% of the vote now. Again, still above 51%, but it's only, and you only need 50% plus one to win that race. But that's a tough one to look at. I say tough one to be able to call this early. So I'm going to update those numbers just so you can see those again here. Again, Pickering is over 51,000. So you're going to hear me type in here, folks. This is the great thing we like about this, our virtual studios, that we're able to update these numbers live for you here. But we want to make sure as we do this. So I'm just going to, so we have it on the screen for everyone to see. But again, Julie Pickering leading the way and close to avoiding a runoff here. But it's a slim percentage number. And I say slim percentage number because we don't know how many votes are still out there overall for the entire district. We'd have an idea if it's Galveston County, not enough to make up a difference here if it swung, but there's more than that here. So we got to see how much of the percentage would change on that one there. And as I said, we actually had a lot more interest in that race than we've had in the past on that. So I was impressed by that. Of that. And let's see, we'll get in. Danny Sermon, as I said, 14,238 votes. And then Oyobami is gotten 3,159 votes. And we'll save that and pop it up on the screen for you now. So again, Julie Pickren at 51,831 votes. This just got updated from state numbers. That's 51.38% of the vote. Michael Barton, 32,642 votes. So if Pickering can hold on, she avoids the runoff. If percentage-wise she doesn't, it's between her and Michael Barton to head to the runoff there. So, and I'm also double checking on things. And Mays Middleton, by the way, on those latest updates, has extended his percentage lead. So Mays Middleton is going to be comfortable for the rest of the night, it looks like here, and will be on his way to not only the nomination, but winning as the state senator to be the next state senator for District 11 on the way. So let's go ahead and go over. I'm going to double check and see if we've got anything new on our state rep race as well. And we do. There's some new numbers there. So let me go ahead and I'm going to update these numbers for you as well. I'm going to put the percentages in here because Patrick Gurski now has 31% of the vote here. So it's going to be a runoff no matter what, but it's going to be between Wilson and Gurski. But Patrick Gurski with 31.26% of the vote there. So he went ahead. The last numbers had Wilson ahead. Now he's gone ahead here. Wilson with 4,525 for her. We're going to update that again. You're going to hear me as I'm typing away because we'll updating these for our screen here so you can see the numbers straight up. I want to make sure we put the right numbers in for everybody here. Abel Longoria, good race here by him. He has 3,535 35 votes. Not too far behind Wilson, but not enough out there for him to catch up on Wilson's totals there. So he won't make the runoff there. And Gina Smith, who really had, I'd call it a stealth campaign, did okay for somebody whose name was not known in the area as far as really in the political circles in there. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna bring them up here. All right, so this is from the Secretary of State's office, just updated these numbers. Patrick Gurski with 31.26% of the vote. That's 5,021 votes. Then you have Terry Leo Wilson at 4,525 votes. That's 28% of the vote there. So as it stands now, those two are headed to the runoff for the GOP nomination. The winner of that runoff then faces Keith Henry for State Rep 23. There, Abel Longoria at 3,535 votes, and Gina Smith at 2,982 votes. Those are the district totals. Again, these are from the Texas Secretary of State, so it's all what's been reporting there, not just one county, as we had to be forced to do a little bit earlier tonight. Again, let's go over our local races here. Galveston County Treasurer Kevin Walsh losing to Hank Doogie here tonight. Hank Doogie winning the nomination and will win the race for Galveston County Treasurer. So Kevin Walsh been in it since 2003. He'll be going back to the private practice full time now. And Hank Doogie, the League City Mayor Pro Tem, now is going to be county treasurer and working to eliminate the office, he says. So we'll see how that goes for him there, as he has declared that's what he is going to work on. Galveston County Court number 2, Judge Kerry Foley winning that race easily there over Todd Lee of the GOP nomination. There is no Democrat. Galveston County Commissioner Precinct 4, Ken Clark, winning handedly as well over Matt Robinson. There was a lot of noise in that race, but really was not close. Ken Clark dominating in that race there. The close one is this one right here. Galveston County Justice of the Peace Precinct 2, the GOP nomination. There is no Democrat. So you got Mike Nelson, the incumbent, against Blake Apfel, the challenger here. Apfel has the most votes at 4,792 votes. Mike Nelson at 4,427 votes. As I said, the only reason we're not calling this one totally out here because it's only a couple hundred votes here separating these two. We'll see, because West County does vote pretty good on mail-in ballots out there. We'll take a look at that one here and stay with that. Again, Pat McGinnis, victorious as re-election to GOP chair. They're dominating in that race. And Galveston County District Court Judge, 122nd District Court, Jeff Jones, will be the new judge on the bench. He will replace John Ellisor. As I said, no Democrat running here. So again, the winner of the GOP primary goes on and wins that race there. When we come back, we're going to take a look at just the Harris County races, Harris County judge, as well as the race for Harris County Precinct 2 Commissioner. Those are the two in our coverage area. The interested in, we'll get those for you here in just a little while. I'm TJ Alls, I-45 Now.